Hello, hello everyone, Cole Hatter here, back again with Sunless Skies, now with 50% better audio. Sorry, I couldn't fix the other 50%, that was just my actual voice being terrible. Now, when we last left off, we died. We ran out of supplies, then we ran out of fuel, and we were stranded out in the middle of nowhere. Let's see, about, oh, that's right. Yep, still making that noise. Around here, stranded out into the wastes. And slowly but surely, I threw all of my all of my crew off, wrapped in blankets, off the edge of the boat until it was just me freezing to death in my ship, and it was very nice. We got to see the death screen already. The first session, woo! All right, but I think there is something. I'm still out of money because I bought this stupid fucking glass. And we're running out of fuel, and we see we're right back where we started, right before we decided to just go off into the middle of nowhere. But I think... Victory Hall? No, Company House. I think we have somewhere in our possession port reports? Oh, yeah! Saved by this person. Prudent Secretary? I was gonna say saved by this lady, but I don't know, you look kinda like a dude. Anyway, onwards! Now, we can go and buy some things. Do we want to buy some bronze wood? Fuck bronze wood. Where's the Her Majesty's Emporium? Nope. Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? I could have sold that fucking pane of stained glass here anyway. God damn it! I hate my life. Labor exchange. Where's the fuel? Am I just not seeing it? What the? Oh. That's our gun. That's our grape shot. Where are engine provisions? There we go. Here's some fuel. There's some supplies. Buy. Buy. And that's it. We can't afford anything else. Unless we can. I think we're gonna buy some more fuel. Which we will get fuel. And where are we going today? Where did we need to go? Let's see. Delivering a settler. That guy died on the way to the nature reserve. Albert Clock. An unwelcome truth. Assumed identity. The owner of the Magnolins has forgotten who he is. Okay, initiate of Carillion. So this guy. We gotta look for this guy. We don't have to go to Hybris, or wherever that is. We need to go to Lustrum? Let's see. I thought I had saved a map, like a rough thing of what the map looks like, but let's see. My fingers are so freaking huge that when I type in sunless for either sunless skies or sunless sea, it hits the B instead, so it's always subless. Subless seas and subless skies. And where the fuck is this? Here it is. It's just a rough guesstimate of where everything is. Like how the, I'll put it up here on screen now. Like how Sunless Seas has the chart where everything has its own, what's the word? Areas that they're always in. I think all of these areas are in the same circle within themselves, or so it shows, so it looks like on here. Yeah, it looks about right. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. So, if we want to go to Lustrum, we gotta go to the outer ring out here, where Port Prosper and all these people are. So, I say we go, hang out down here. Out in the middle of nowhere. So let's, go around. Oh, lordy. Oh, we want to go this way now. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, we're on our way. And we press C for the goddamn cruise control. Oh yeah, one story load available. Oh, that's the... No, no, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do... Nope. Gabriel's Archive. Okay. We discovered more shit. Let us go! Sorry, the friggin... Give me a second. Okay, let's try this now. Okay, no, that's still loud! Why did that do damage? I bumped into it. God damn it, this thing is really temperamental about what causes damage and what doesn't. Alright, on our way. Sound mixing still kinda eh. I loaded it up, and the music was back to full, even though it was only set at like 50%, so I had to lower it even more. And the sound effects are just randomly just so loud all of a sudden. So let's see, where are we going? We're just going out into the wastes where we were. I don't want to send out our bat. Because that now uses fucking supplies. It uses supplies now. God damn it. Although it would be very helpful if I could use it. You know what? Let's do it. How do we do it again? How do we do it again? How do we do it again? Let's check. F. Okay. Back. Where's it? F! A heady pollen scent permeates the bridge, fierce as looming lilies. Backs return to Sultan's roost. No, stop it. Where? Over there. Okay. Who could you be? Oh dear. Oh dear. Don't slam into that. Oh! Oh my goodness, what is this? Ooh, it's a giant-ass fucking flower! Oh god. Oh god. We're gonna do petal end. Titania? Oh, hello! Hello, miss! An argument between- I'm not even in the port yet! I'm hanging off of, like, the dock, like, please let me in, and these people are having a conversation in front of me. An argument between artists. Titania whispered through the reach to be a perfumed paradise for artists. Perhaps it could be, but currently it's little more than a few houses built around a plaza. I don't know, it looks pretty fucking nice. And if they're able to agree on a unified aesthetic, which if the shouts from Valentine's Square are anything to go by, is unlikely. The debaters stand before the rhapsodic mayor, desperate to convince her to decide the question in their favor. She only listens, her dreamy smile widening with each line of the argument. Bert's mayor. The debaters fall silent as the rhapsodic mayor raises her hand and waves you over. Aesthetic squabble. My aesthetic, yo. The mayor shakes your hand. Then so does the pharaonic enthusiast. A precious pleasure. The formidable Onagata? Charmed, I'm sure. And the efflorescent dandy. Welcome, Petal. The mayor clasps her hands and looks heavenward. I am troubled, beset by visions while sleeping and waking of how our little port may look. Their beauty captivates me, paralyzes me, stuns me. They're all so wonderful, I simply cannot choose between them. She sighs and turns her eyes to you. But you're neutral. Won't you help us? Huh. Side with the pharaonic aficionado. An Egyptian aesthetic. Truly the most timeless style. Mythology writ into grand designs. All blue and gold. Divinely inspired. The preferred choice of kings and queens. Argue on behalf of the formidable lacquerer. A Japanese aesthetic. Tranquil and melancholic. Like the stillness of ancient ponds. Bombastic and colorful. Like a drunken revel under paper lanterns. Always perfect to the finest detail. Take up the efflorescent dandy's mantle. A vegetable aesthetic. What greater aesthetician than there is nature itself? She who drafted the architecture of flowers and painted petals in all their vividness. Well, going by what the theme is here, you should probably just stick with the vegetable aesthetic. The weeb in me wants to pick the Japanese one. And that phase I went through in 5th grade where I was obsessed with ancient Egypt. So we'll go with the vegetable aesthetic, just so none of these two feel like one is superior to the other. So veggies all around. The dandy and the rhapsodic mayor clasp their hands in delight. The others slink away, defeated. After the dandy excuses himself to gather his botanical-inspired blueprints, the mayor winks. If I decided on one, I'd have risked the scorn of the other two. Our perfumed parliament has trouble getting along. Thank you. Ooh, okay, moment of inspiration. What is that? Onwards. You've arrived at the petal port. Petal port? God, this is gonna... Oh, this is gonna confuse me. Titania. The Valentine Square is the center of the commune's loosely organized public life. Here the mayor keeps her office, its walls hung with artists' impression of plans to develop the port. Hang on a second. Okay, back to it. Hope of Titania. The rhapsodic mayor invites you to sit with her on a bench. The rhapsodic mayor invites you to sit with her on a bench. Fuck. I always fuck that up. When have you ever seen anywhere so beautiful? She asked, inhaling the perfumed air. We'll fill our home with flowers, and our hair and our windows climbing our homes. But if we were to truly be heavens for the arts, we must embark on greater projects. Unfortunately, we're limited on space and working with no budget to speak of. We rely entirely on donations. Would you mind taking a look at our plans? If they want the capital to build their port, perhaps they could get real jobs. Okay, hear her out. Sounds like an interesting proposition. She pecks at your cheek and leads you to her small office at the ends of the square. Oh. A building as makeshift as any on the frontier, but its sins have been covered with fresh white coat of paint and a carved filigree enhanced by delicate colors. Okay. The walls are lined with blueprints submitted by the mayor's perfumed parliament. You've met our aestheticians. What? But these come from our architects. We've submissions from every artistic school, the rhapsodic mayor proudly notes. The Celestials, the Nocturnals, the Sovereigns, nothing would delight my heart than to build them all. But we've not the foundations laid to support every project, nor, frankly, the money. And if I am to assign public funds to one, the others will throw a fit, and the next thing you know, it'll be civil war. But that's where you come in. If you provide external funding to a project, I may authorize it and see that it's built in peace. All right, report. First. Titanian air is heavy with pollen, but sweet to the smell. Far cry from Albion's smoke-strangled capital. Okay, so that's good. That's all. Always have support reports in your thing, just in case. Just in case. Pay for the instruction of an imperial ballroom. Pay for the instruction of the Saturnine Theater. Pay for the construction of the Library of Yore. Oh, those all sound very important. The ballroom. It'll be mirrored room with spiraling wooden floor and a ceiling decorated with constellations. Celestials shall spin around the room, tracing the arcs of stars with their steps. Pay for the construction. An intimate setting where spectators may see all the great works of tragedy. This is assuming the nocturnal architect intends to install lights, currently missing from the design. Books upon shelves upon walls, all ever going upward. All going ever upward. The sovereigns will dedicate this building to all that has come before. Okay. I don't have the money. I don't know where my money went, but I don't have the money. Consider other projects? Could you fund the destruction of a building? There's only so much room in Titania. Something must have come down to build something new. Oh, something may have to come down. Can you change the aesthetic? Stagnation is the death of art. It might be refreshing to see something new. Okay, we'll do that later? Oh, you got quite a few things here. Traveler's Return. Chorister Nectar. For bee drinkers, it's sweetener. For poets, an inebrant. For singers, it's an enhancement, widening the vocal range by a valuable semitone or two. Okay. We don't have anything we can... I already put this. Buy items? Sell items. Paint a stained glass here. Roll of thirsty bombazine? This midnight-hued fabric glows heavy with devoured light, the perfect ornament for ostentatious grief and clandestine activity. Okay. Oh! We made it, finally! Into the port, we made it! Bloomflower. Here the Titanians make their home, each built according to the aesthetic whims of its owner. Some are tall, others wide, a few are slim and curving, while others have wide, voyeuristic windows. Bloomflower undeveloped. Here the Titanians keep their homes in private workshops. They are covered in moss, ivy, fungus, primroses. Toward the Bloomflower with the rhapsodic mayor. What are the plans for Bloomflower? You walk through the winding streets with the rhapsodic mayor. We're starting small here, then branching outwards. The Celestials suggest a ballroom for us, while the Nocturnals want a theater for their tragedies. The Sovereigns want a library. I'm overwhelmed by the possibilities. I think we could benefit from them all. We could. Okay. Do we want to go to Posey Park? And Petal Fall? That one's breaking the, well, both of them. Breaking the, what's the word? Alliteration. Valentine Square, Petalfall. It doesn't fit. Posey Park. Here in Posey Park, Titania's inhabitants retire to relax and indulge. There are houses for tea and coffee, scenic bowers to rest beneath, and gardens of repose, reflection, and inspiration. Posey Park, undeveloped. The Titanians have built their pleasure district here. Seems from rustic idyllic play out in front of you. The imported stretches of grass and piles of hay and beds of flowers. Tora Posey Park with the what is here? She ambles through the pleasure district, waving at the Titanians you pass. The Celestials want to mine the possibilities of the epic poem from the amphitheater to give love poems a place to happen. Nocturnals want a little pleasure palace. I think the Sovereigns want to build a pub, which I'm not sure I fully understand the reasoning for, but they seem to think it could help their songwriting. It shall depend on whichever you favor. Oh, okay. So we get to decide. We got to decide what this place does. The great debate of Titania is what should be done with Petalfall. The squabbling artistic schools all have grand and entirely incompatible designs for the area. Petalfall, undeveloped. It is a scenic place at the end of a petal where the Titanians can best appreciate the horizon. They have not built on the foundations here yet, however, they are saving it for a special purpose. The petal tapers here. There's not much we can do. Space is limited. It's contested ground. We've agreed that only the school with the most influence can build here. The best supported will be able to make the best use of it. The Celestials, as shouldn't surprise anyone, wish to build an observatory. The Nocturnals want to build a light opera house, and the Sovereigns a cathedral for their empress. I'm excited for whatever it will be. Okay, I'm sensing a theme here. Sort of. I think so. Not sure. But we don't have anything that we can do with here yet. Oh, here's our lamp quartermaster. We've had no mascot yet. We need to fix that. So, let's look at the map. I'm the map. Okay, oh god. No! Stop this. Okay. Titania. Alright, we can go out further still. So let us do it. Oh god, I picked the wrong buttons. Ooh, Bloomflower. This place is pretty nice. It's a shame whatever I choose is going to ruin it. So this is basically Pigmode Isle all over again. I'm going to destroy it like I destroyed that. Your bat is happy to have found nothing of interest. Why? Why don't you want us to succeed? So it's funny, I went out this way when I did my death run, but if I had just come down here, you know, I would have found something. Hello? I hope you're friendly and you're not going to turn around and bite my butt. That would suck. Is this something I can go over, or am I going to slam into it? Let's find out! Okay, we're good. Oh, okay, so that's the amount that it takes up to send the scout out. Ooh, okay. What have we got? What have you got for me here? Could this be it? Could this be Lustrum? We're about in the area that it would be in. In the outer ring. Hello? Drifting spores clog your engine's chimney. It sputters, then it coughs, expunging them with a belch of searing steam. Tightening belts. Oh shit. We should go back. Reduce rations. This won't go down well. Oh shit. They protest, they clamor, worst of all, they question. You shout them down and they return grudgingly to their posts. We should probably go back to London first. Should we? London. I said London. I did it again. Or should we check this area out? Just... Know what, we're here, we might as well. If we can ever get over there. This place looks fucking cool, though. What is this? Oh god. Stop it, come on. Mare's Pose Meadow? Martyr Meadow? Alfred's Farms. Where's the port? Or is there no port? And you've just lied to me. Ugh. Oh, that's disturbing. That's gross. Oh, here we go. We're gonna be good for it. We're gonna be good for it. Hybris! Oh my god, I'm glad we stopped here then. Hybris. A fledgling colony trying to dig its fingernails deep enough into the soggy fungal fabric of the reach to cling on when hard times come. It is a sad truth that many more settlements are founded than flourish. Hybris. Nestled amidst sprawling spores of gardens of fungus, Hybris is a colony of octogenarians? Rotting buildings slough gently into decay. Slough gently into decay? I don't know how you would pronounce that. Maintenance is poor, the population aged. An insect infected by deep spines of fungus flies past drowsily. So this is like Utter Shrew meets the clickers from The Last of Us. Growth asks no license, reads a barely legible sign staked to a collapsed pile of fungal eggs. Gather report. Not much seems to happen in this sleepy, mushroomy place, but perhaps someone will be interested. Life moves slowly here. There are arguments over the rules of bowls and the correct length of time to which to steep tea. The station master keeps his distance and seems to avoid the villagers. Standing under the mushrooms, one perceives a unique quality of light as starlight filters through the underside of the caps. Alright, so I guess are those, like, red things supposed to be, like, the equivalent of the stained glass in all the rest of the buildings? Search for Madame Lumiere. A filmmaker should be difficult to miss in this hushed, secluded place. Loud curses lead you toward an elderly woman fiddling with an antiquated camera. Its lens is trained on a pile of rotting purple fungus that resembles crocuses? She sighs and shuts the frame. That'll do, she offers a trembling hand. Lumiere, once a renowned explorer and filmmaker, now, as you see, a cough rattles through her. You from New Winchester? I'll leave with you. I can pay my way. I'm done here, and my lungs won't tolerate much more of this. She smiles wanly. I have a premiere to plan. Alright, I've got the filmmaker in here. A vulnerable welcoming party is gathered. The wizened mayor approaches. His back is bent. Okay. His back is bent, but his face is steady. Okay, you're welcome in Hybris. The mayor has a firm handshake. Welcome to our little hideaway in the skies. Watch your step. That one's about to fruit. True enough, the little white sack at your feet suddenly breaks apart as snaking thick red tendrils of fungus explode outwards. The mayoral assistant, a severe young woman of slightly less advanced years? So she's old, but she's not that old? That's a really nice, polite way of saying it. Guides the mayor to a nearby bench. You are welcome here as long as you like, as long as you need. From whatever you leave behind, here you're safe. Oh, okay. Explore the settlement. Collect a thing of Hybris pus. Oh, yeah! It oozes out of the fungal body, just as it would an infected sore on your arm. Ugh! The difficulty in collecting samples isn't in having to climb to some remote peak or fighting off creatures who are all teeth and claws. It's abiding the smell. Well, gross. Do we have that in our thing now? Where's our hold? Oh, okay. It's just with us. I guess, is it in our journal? Fastidious inspector. Nope, that's the other thing. Assumed identity. Albert clock. Okay. Where do we... Oh, I can do character progression. We'll do that later so we don't get confused. Okay, so... Take tea at the Brennan. Wander the hills of Hybris. Make a delicate inquiry to the wizened mayor? Everyone here is very old indeed. Why is that? The wizened mayor chuckles heartily when you wonder perhaps is there a lower age limit on settling on settling in Hybris. Oh no, we'd welcome youth, but we don't get many settlers coming out this way. We're happily secluded, far from prying eyes here, he smiles across the marsh. His mayoral assistant trounces another unfortunate at bowls. What? Oh. We're rather enjoying a second youth here. Our best years were spent by others. The wizened mayor glances towards the town hall, where preparations are being made for a marvelous show. We have plans to hopefully change that, though. Okay. Wander the wilds of Hybris, swamp and marsh, fungus and frond. Nowhere in the Reach has been so thoroughly colonized. It would be a shame not to see the sights. Sure. Fingers of black and red mushrooms rise from the sodden ground like a graveyard on Judgment Day. Tendrils of white fungus from vast arches beyond the little colony that sway in the interstellar drifts. An earthy smell like the newly opened barrow pervades the air and follows you through the swamps like a lost dog. In the middle of the grove of writhing sacks, oh god, this place just has wonderful imagery. You find a plinth adorned with broken and twisted nameplates, the shape of collars. A stamp reading Brabzon Work World has been imprinted on each one. Oh dear, what did I stumble into? Let's do that again. Oh, you enter the fungal forest of Hybris, clouds of spores drifting through the ropey tendrils of freestanding fungus. Giant ants pierced with spines of mushrooms crawl to the tops of trees to better spread their spores. This is Last of Us bullshit. You wander amidst the webs and arches of mushrooms for some hours until you stumble across a shallow graveyard. Each headstone bears a number of 7 digits or more. Barely covered in the shallow earth are sets of manacles? Okay, explore the settlement. Life moves at a slow pace on Hybris. Several colonists tend the allotments, while others sit outside the Brandon, arguing over an old newspaper they pass between them. Periodically, Fair Nance comes outside to provide tea and fungal crackers. Oh, periodically, Fair Nance comes out. A carpenter struggles with the fretwork on a new town hall. The carvings are of factories and faceless factory workers. I can't remember the faces, he says sadly. Okay. Do I want to wander the thing again? This is the plinth helmet. Alright, let's take to you. Can we afford to? Nah, let's not. We can get fuel. We can get supplies. We need supplies, though. But we're just gonna go back to London. Because we got the lady. We got 2 port reports. That should be enough, right? Fuck, we're dead. Let's see our thing, then. Moment of reflection. Choose a facet, grow stronger. Select facet or deed. Choose a facet. Oh yeah, our unlikely haul ran with the knotted sock. Alright. Now what happened? Scarred, a scandal, a mentor. An interlude in red and gold, a smoggy street. What happened now, though? Scarred, you came close that day to death. It left its mark. An attempt on your life. There is a bullet scar beside your heart. You have learned since to be more judicious in your choice of friends. Increase your mirrors. An engine accident. A breached pipe, a jet of scalding steam. You spent a week on the brink, trapped in boiled dreams. The scars are still livid on your skin. Alright. A spell in prison. The judge, Stonyface, condemned you to Newgate Prison, the stalactite prison of old London. Newgate! That's where you start off in fallen London. You gotta break out of Newgate. It's literally a friggin' stalactite on the roof of the Neath. You served your time quietly. You notched each dismal day on the cell wall. You steered clear of the monsters and the meek they preyed upon. You dreamed of the day of your release. Better the wolf than the lamb. You ruled your corridor like a robber king. Even the guards knew better than to push you. Your punishments were less than you deserved. Okay. So that'll increase iron, that'll increase hearts. An interlude in red and gold? You lost your mind once. They put you in a splendid hotel managed by a cheery gentleman who would determine when you can leave. Oh, gee, I wonder what that means! How colorful the other guests were, how red the curtains, how gold the fittings, how secure the locks. Eventually you were allowed to leave, but was your recovery genuine? Yes, you're feeling much better, thank you. Through trial and error and determination, you learned to tell what is from what is not. The manager said he was sad to see you go. No, you just learned to lie. You said what you had to, and they sent you home. Even now, your world is red and gold and splendid. Okay, so Either we went nuts, we went to prison, we almost died. A scandal. Let's see. You were the gossip of London's salon and the target of blistering editorials in the Gazette. Mad, they said. Bad, they said. Dangerous to know. What was the incident that exposed you to the buffeting winds of public opinion? A torrent affair. Secret letters, warm and yearning, furtive assignations, where desires, among other things, could be unlaced. The reports were salacious. A parade of debauchery, absinthe, wantedness, more absinthe, brawling, gambling, blasphemy, and slander. Absinthe and prisoner's honey. Prisoner's honey alone, prisoner's honey in company. Is there a vice you haven't explored? It's possible. There are only so many hours in the day. All right. A mentor. For a time, you enjoyed the favor and protection of a mentor, someone who saw your potential and decided to nurture it. Who took you under their wing? The blind bruiser, the motherfucking blind bruiser. Fuck that guy. His attempts to distance himself from his larcenous past were a mixed success. His guests were scarred and rough-spoken and told bloody tales of smuggling and thief oaths and nameless murders. You mean like my smuggling? Back in Fallen... So I guess I'm from Fallen London. I guess that's what this is trying to say, is that I'm from Fallen London and not from Albion. Or normal London. Or literally anywhere else in the world. Because I know London fell through the Neath, but that doesn't mean everywhere else is as fucked. What is this? Fucking monster mash going on here? Eastern angler crab. Jesus Christ. They all heard I got a big fancy new gun and they want to see it. Well, I'm here, and I'll try that. To clear that place of slimes. Or to clear that place... Yeah, to clear that place of slimes, I'm going to introduce a tar. This probably counts as eco-terrorism.